We're at Pulaski Park in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and at this stop, I'm going to describe some of the features why they made the inlet here. There's 4 inlets on the wall of Pulaski Park, and we're at the one that's to the east. You can see right over the edge of the wall the canal, and the canal has a gatehouse. That's a gray building, has 12 gates in there that can lift up on a rock and pinion system that allows the water in. And they made this outlook because it gives you a great view of the canal and of the Connecticut River and also of the dam. This one is showing you in the distance the Holyoke Dam. Now, the dam is right off to the side here. This wall was finished in 1904, started in 1902. The Holyoke Dam, masonry edition, was finished in 1900, started in around 1892. Now, why would they put an inlet here? Because it gets to show you this beautiful dam. Now, across the way, as of about 10 years ago, the South Hadley Library is on this other bank of the Connecticut River, and they have a great view. And on one of our canal stops, you go over there, it's also the home to the South Hadley Canal. In the middle of the 2 canals, of course, is the Connecticut River, and it's a 406-mile long river. And so at this stop, you get a great view of 2 canals and 1 river. Now, as we move a little bit to the east, you get to see the Vietnam Veterans Bridge in the distance. That used to be the county bridge from around 1870 to about 1990. It lasted that long, and since then they changed it, so it's now rebuilt, and it's now called the Vietnam Veterans Bridge. Along the way, in between the river, you see a channel which takes the water from the 2 turbine centers and bring it out to the river. And then a street more, you start to see the mills, and you also get to see the start of the 1st and 2nd level canals in the distance. Now, if you sweep a little bit more towards the east, you see another park. The end of Pulaski Park is only 40 feet away where the stone wall ends. And at that point, it's a new name. It was named after George Feldman, who was the director of Parks and Recreation for Holyoke during the 1940s and 50s. Feldman Park has inside of it a skateboard park, an exercise place for adults, a gymnastic place for little kids. It's a nice little park because it's next to a condominium sets. Now, Pulaski Park used to have 4 streets come into it, besides Prospect Street, which swept right along the edge, which is gone. You can also see the distance Holyoke City Hall, and High Street used to come at one point right into the park. And so people can drive on any one of these 4 streets into the park. And now you can see there's condominiums in the way, but about 150 yards away, you can see the start of High Street up there. Now, when you look a little bit more towards the south, you get to see the Mother Dolorosa School. And we'll talk about that school because we'll talk about the Mother Dolorosa Church campus when we get to that stop. Now, if you look along this walkway was designed by the Olmsted brothers, and they made all these concrete walkways, and they also planted all these trees. So these trees, this park was finished about 1912, and in 1912, all the trees have been planted. So all these trees are now about 111 years old. The walkways are the same age, are in beautiful shape. The wall itself is not an Olmsted wall. In fact, they wrote in their design plans that they did not like the wall. It was poorly made and it should be taken out. But it's going to be remade or redone with Community Preservation Act grant money. Thank you for coming in this stop.